to anyone who's watching, if you're not watching and you're new here, just listen. I got some talking points, or not even talking points. I got some questions. I think I just have questions because, of course, y'all might see the prompt. If you don't see the prompt, I'm on Streamlabs. I'm not using TikTok. I don't typically use TikTok for that, for other reasons. But let's talk about why we really having these conversations about relationships so heavily in this year, because I don't even remember this being like a huge talking point last year. Like the year before this and the year before this, I don't think we was having these kinds of conversations. The conversations are driving me nuts a little bit, because if you think about it, no one has addressed the biggest elephant in the room, and it's really who you're trying to get to be in a relationship with. Like, I don't know. I think everybody likes the idea of certain people, but they don't like the real them. If we talk about the real people, the actual people you're engaging with, a lot of y'all just realize y'all don't know them, but y'all have been interacting in a very intimate / inappropriate relationship, and you probably shouldn't be doing that. I mean, just minor sense and sensibility. Like, when you think about it, well, maybe because I'm thinking about it this way. I think about it this way because for the longest of times I've pretty much watched all the red pill videos, all the non-red pill videos, all the regular stuff, the non-regular stuff, and all I can deduce from the conclusion is really like, we need to get the fuck off the internet. That's what's fucking us up. If we break it down right there, we all need to get off the internet and stop thinking that we are all built and react and we all do the same things. No, we don't. No, we do not. You got the men comparing every woman to an Instagram model, an OnlyFans model, someone you probably have never even associated with, or if you just recently did, you don't know them all that well, right? You probably just know them from whatever you saw, whatever you interact with, that type of shit, but you do not know them, okay? The women are comparing the men with no money and the men with money, and then we're also comparing the median men with money. Like, we're just comparing men based off of their behavior, not even based off what they look like or how, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's clearly a large disconnect between the male and female, dynamic. Like, we all want to tell each other what the fuck to do, and it's like, I'm tired of telling people what to do. I'm not telling nobody what to do, how to do it, because you should just ask if you need help. If you feel like you're doing something wrong, 9 times out of 10, you'll find out right then and there. Hey, I need some help. I don't think I can do this type shit. Like, I don't know. I think we all be trying to give everybody, I think everybody tries to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Then we also have to evaluate, okay, how can I make this easy for everybody? How can we make the conversation easy for everybody? And I just realized the most fun you have with your partner is typically related to when you guys are frequently in close proximity. If you're not in close proximity, it can cause a magnitude of conflict. And I mean, like, 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, you're like, what the fuck? 7 days, what the fuck? When you're in close proximity to them, it's not that bad. And it typically starts when y'all are having fun. When y'all stop having fun, oh, the relationship is over. We hate each other. I don't like this man. I don't like this woman. And then there's the sex. I think the sex is the most pivotal point, because everybody is so focused on, like, what to do during that particular region. Women are saying, I don't want to immediately have sex. This is not porn. This is not a movie script. I don't want to do stuff like that. When it's men, they're like, I don't want to have to pay for everything at the very drop of a hat. And I hear them. I do. But I mean, don't we all pay for things every day? There's a part of me that there's a part of me that be confused, because some of y'all be calling people broke, and you be thinking to yourself, why you call them broke? Because they don't live the way you live, or because they actually are always asking about money? And if you're dating somebody who's always asking about money, why are you dating them? Why are you, seriously, what would be your purpose in this person's life other than to financially take care of them? And you don't see them ever trying to financially take care of themselves. Like, I really don't, like, for me personally, I've witnessed a lot of women date a man who had no money. He didn't have nothing. He lived with somebody. You trying to build this nigga from the ground up, hoping that he get his shit together and realize this is the woman I've always wanted. And I don't know why we keep trying to stick to that story. I don't want to hold on to these niggas for nothing, because now it's getting to a point where you'll be clutching this nigga so hard, thinking that you helping him become the man you want him to be. And the whole time, this man is just going to become the man who doesn't want you anymore, who feels like you now feel entitled to him. And he doesn't like that, because now he feels obligated to love you or care about you. But the reality is, it's like, the fucked up part that people be missing with that side is that men don't ever tell you to stop. They see it as oh, you're just doing it for me because you love me, and because that's what love is, unconditional. You just do it just because you want to. I'm doing it because I want to, but I also plan to gain something from this. I'm not even gonna hold you. I think most people don't see that. Men see it, but only from the point of view of them being able to do it, but not you. So for instance, I have had this experience, and I think it's hilarious because I've also witnessed it from my mother, my sisters, and so on and so forth, and other friends of mine. And it's very much, we are quite like-minded people. Like, we can understand some things, but it really be the principle, okay? So, in my previous relationship, we were roughly in the same kind of, like, we were pretty much on the same level. He lives with somebody, I live with somebody. The somebody that I lived with was my mama. The somebody that he lived with was a whole different group of people. I didn't know them from a can of paint. I think I only met about 2 of them, maybe even 3 of his homies. And since then, it was really like, this is kind of awkward because I don't come here very often unless it's to pick you up and go drop you back off. So we kind of started off like that. And then he was like frequently calling me, and I don't know what it was that made him want to speak to me. Maybe it was just the you got a female friend, or you got a female who kind of likes you just as much as you like them. The only person who has the balls to get at you is me. So it's like, all right, he obviously texts me all the time. He must want to see me. Then when I come to see him, it's like, what you doing here? I didn't invite you. We could have just stayed on the phone. I'm not trying to be no nigga's text buddy. The part that fucks with me is when it's like, hey, I ain't got no money and I need $5. I need water. Women's sympathy, empathy fucking button be all turned on, and I don't understand why. I'm ready to cut that shit off. What the fuck you finna do about it? Because at this point, I have yet to ask a man for money outright. Now, in this previous relationship, I eventually started to, because we were using my vehicle and doing a lot of our trips in my vehicle. I'm the primary driver of this vehicle. He is not on my insurance, and he's not my husband. So, I mean, I was doing a lot just to be next to a man. And now I've gotten to the part of my life where it's like, I ain't finna do that much anymore. I'm willing to meet you halfway. If you have the same amount of shit that I got, we're gonna be good. We'll be gravy. Shit's gonna be peachy fucking keen, because now we have control over ourselves, and we're making space to be able to control ourselves together, or be able to explore ourselves together in a different way. Like, I have to now ask a man if he has a vehicle because of him, because I'm like, I would hate to have to drive you around all the goddamn time when you want to go somewhere, and you know damn well that I use my car for other things like my business and the shit that I want to do. Now, I do commend. Now, it's funny because, you know, you have women on the internet with the passenger princess, but that's also something that they get to become because they man likes to drive them around. It'd be one thing if that man like you. If that man like you, he gonna drive you around. If he don't like you, he'll just make you drive your own car and he'll just hop in the seat. Like, it was something so weird about asking a man to drive somewhere, and he's like, I would prefer not to. Bitch, I can't date that kind of guy. Like, I could honestly say, point blank, period, like, this is pretty much, I'm not gonna say I'm speaking for all women, but for most, it's the consideration. It's really the consideration. That's all we ask for. I don't know where y'all be fucking up, but I think it's really, y'all be fucking up where y'all think that you are the ruler of the planet and you control everything that somebody else does. And the reality is that's not true. Sometimes we will give our chance. We will give y'all the chance to monopolize all our time because we just want to be next to you. But the men will not do the same thing. They're not doing the same thing. They're not like, if he wanted, that's why we constantly on the, if he wanted to, he would. Not the, oh, well, you're just going to have to deal with him the way he is. No, I don't. No, I don't. I have the freedom to leave. And I think that was the part that kept me going during that previous relationship. Like, I could really leave him and stop doing this shit. And as soon as I stopped doing something that he either didn't like or he didn't appreciate, it became, why are you acting like that? I'm not. Because it's not for you. It's not for you. Because it actually belongs to somebody who deserves it. You are not deserving of my good treatment. You are deserving of somebody else's good treatment, and it's probably not me. That's the way I be trying to frame it to them, because it's like, if you don't want me, why are you here? If you are not trying to be in intimate and in a relationship with me, why are you here? And it was always kind of like I don't know. I feel close to you. It's just not, it's not the same, because back then and it's funny because my first few dating experiences was from a dating app and also from, you know, high school experience almost. So it was plenty of times where I had guys get on the bus to come and visit me, whether it be to have sex, whether it be to just see my face, whether it's just to be in my presence. I've dated like 2 dudes with a car. And it was plenty of times where it was just like, I don't mind being driven around. That shit is kind of sexy. It is so sexy. It is really nice when a man wants to take you somewhere. Like, hopefully he's not trying to kidnap me, but it's like, oh my God, you want to drive your car? You want me to sit in the passenger seat? You're opening my doors? Like, I've dated a guy who was super romantic. First date was really nice as fuck. And then literally after that, it was just awkward. He didn't speak to me. He was mean. And I think it was because he didn't get a chance to have sex. And I'm thinking to myself, like, dang, was that all you wanted? If that was all you wanted, why didn't you just say that? You didn't have to do the extra. But then again, I appreciate the extra because obviously you like me. But it sucks because you're probably not the kind of guy that I would want to be in a relationship with. You're going to ghost because you don't get what you want. You're going to behave like a toddler instead of addressing, hey, I want to do this. Is that okay? When are we going to be able to? Like, there's so many ways y'all can go about doing things, and y'all don't do it at all. And it gets annoying trying to give y'all the sauce because y'all don't use it properly. Everything we teach y'all typically ends up being wrong, or y'all just don't apply it the way that we do. So then half the time we're like, I'm trying to turn this nigga into me, and I hate that shit. You're irritating the fuck out of me because you're not me. And really, I could just be investing this energy into something else. Minding my business, sleeping in a little later type shit. Like, there's so many things you could fucking do. So many things you could do. So many things you could do. And instead of fucking, learning from us, y'all would rather just be like, I don't want to do that shit. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do. And you're like, you know what? You right. But you're not finna do whatever the fuck you want when you with me. And that be my biggest premise. Even to my male friends, I don't treat them like I'm in a relationship with them. I treat them like they're my brother. And there's been a nonstop talk of men assuming women want to fuck their friends because their friends might want to fuck them. And it's because it's a man. Like, okay, I don't know how many times I've had to go over this. I've had 2 solid male friends. One has passed away. The other is still living, but he lives in a different state now. Both never slept with. They have never even thought of sleeping next to me like that or being with me in that frame. And I was like, we have had this conversation about whether or not I would even be in a relationship with half these people because they are crazy on a whole other level. And I cannot fathom being in love with them like that. Sometimes you can really predict the future if you think about it. You could look at somebody and be like, I just know that if I was to get too involved with that person, things would go bad. I had to tell one of my male friends straight up, we could never be in a relationship because your behavior and your temper would literally put you in the hospital because I'm gonna have to correct it. And if I don't correct it, it's going to be something else. Like, and mind you, I'm not an abusive person. No man can ever say that I put my hands on him like that. And if they do, bring the receipts out, please. But there were plenty of times where, we've had those discussions and I'm thinking to myself, like, I would never mess around with a male friend because that's what you're supposed to be, just my friend, and you identify as a man. I don't need you to do anything physically related to that. Like, that's not my type of shit. And if I deem somebody as my friend, I put them in a category of people I'm not interested in having sexual relationships with. Like, I don't want to cross those lines because now it's weird. Now it's awkward. How you my homie, but you also want to put your thing in me? Isn't that supposed to be sacred? It also kills me watching the red pill videos with the dudes who's preaching about the Bible and marriage and this and that. And you're thinking to yourself, there were plenty of people cheating, conniving, giving their other partners STDs, but we're supposed to just endure this terribleness I just can't. Most people, like, there's a lot of y'all who sincerely just don't believe in breaking up. And I'm over here like, if I break up with somebody over 1,000 times, maybe it is supposed for us to be together. But if it's one time and I finally was just like, I'm good. I don't think I need that. I mean it. All this, woe is me, you should try to get them back. No, the fuck you shouldn't. Leave them people alone. You don't want them and they don't want you. You like the past, and that's okay. I think a lot of men, this is just my opinion, because once again, my opinion is not fact, and I'm not about to draw up no damn documents and all this other shit, but from my identification and from my experience personally, a lot of y'all are stuck in the past. Y'all like to fantasize about who you used to be, how popping you used to be. Niggas will talk about they high school grade till they 55, and you're thinking to yourself like, that was like 40 fucking years ago. This nigga still talk about himself like he is back there. Nobody cares about 15-year-old you right now. Okay? 15-year-old you, totally different nigga, and he was a fucking child. Adult you is also a hot fucking mess. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's some shit like that really makes you go, yeah, I'm not with that. I don't care. Me no care. I don't care that you used to be a cool kid, but now you're kind of a bum, or you're not as good as you used to be, and that's okay. How are you doing in life today, and how are you trying to improve your life today is what we care about. If there's no improvement, like I'm not a fan of people who talk too fucking much, but it's funny because I'm a yapping ass bitch myself, but I'm not a fan of people who are not action based while being a talker. Like, I could talk my ass off, but I'm also outside doing all types of shit immediately when I said I wanted them. I'm doing the shit. I'm not finna keep hearing all of this, and you don't see nobody move a muscle. Like, there's nothing happening. It's all a bunch of crap. So it's like, women are frustrated hearing I would have done this for you, or I think about you all the time. I would definitely do that. I don't want to hear you say it. I want to see you do it. Because when you do it, now I have proof that you're really like that. Y'all don't want to give the bitches proof, and then y'all also don't want to prove nothing to us. So how is it that y'all want to be in relationships with people? If you come into something and your immediate response is, I don't really give a fuck about them, you shouldn't be messing with them then. That's terrible. Terrible fucking ethics on a man's part. I don't get it. Same with women. I don't understand. I'm not finna give nobody the satisfaction of having me if I know for a fact I don't want them like that. I don't want to break no hearts. I don't want nobody to get hurt, because that shit hurts my feelings. Because now I feel bad for doing bad shit. I'm not a lick back queen. I'm really somebody who's like, damn, I hate that we even had to get here. But it's cool. I move on with my life. You move on with your life. And it's like, sometimes you come across those people who don't know how to let it go. They don't know how to let it go. They still over here hoping to God something changed so you could get back together. And it's like, what if nothing changes? And I mean nothing. What if nothing changes? What if everything has changed and it's too far gone of a change? Like, you cannot get that shit back. There is no try again. There is no try again. There's no more try again buttons. We're tired. I'm tired. You don't have to stay. If I don't want to stay, I'm not going to stay. If you don't want to stay, don't stay. I believe in breaking up, but I also believe in getting back together too, on a basis of pure forgiveness. Like, you got probably maybe 5 years of pure non-fucking with this nigga, and y'all finally decided to give it another chance. Like, I don't know about y'all, but if it was like you and such was married for 15 years and then y'all got divorced for like 5 and then decided to get remarried, I'm not mad at that. But I also feel like we can't just keep doing that. We need to interact with other people, and that means getting them off the internet. We need to actually interact with real people and get them off the internet. I don't want to talk about OnlyFans people. I don't want to talk about people who have more money than me, because, baby, regular people, we don't even have these kind of issues for real. I'm not worried about a man trying to pay all my bills. If you want to do that, that is something you would want to do. Not something I begged you for, not something I requested, not even something I have to fucking beat you about. It's really if you want to pay it, you can pay it. If you want to move in together, how are we splitting the bills? It's just a simple conversation. Do you want to pay all the rent? Do you want to pay half the rent? Do you want to pay 80% of the rent and then the other 20 is me? Like, what do you want to do so we have this all figured out? That way we can all just go be happy, or we can all go be free. We can all do something. I don't know. It's just something about the consideration and the compromise that's missing from everybody. Men on social media, these grifters, these fucking YouTubers, these influencers, they're doing the most. They're doing the absolute most. They are practically saying the shit out loud that you're not supposed to say. It's not even so much that you're not supposed to say it. If you're going to say it, stick by it. Don't be lying. Don't be making up shit. Because the part that they be doing is the making up shit. Like, trying to say that women who have kids by multiple baby fathers are the ones at fault for picking. But it's like, okay, think about it like this. You niggas is not all built the same, right? So if I trust you on your word, whose fault is that for real? For you to be lying. You was lying, and I'm just supposed to figure out that you lying automatically? I don't think people understand that. You don't typically find out about lies until you realize these people are really what they really do, and then you catch them in the act. If I never catch you in your lies, if I never identify you in said lie that you gave to me, it's going to be hard as fuck for me to actually trust anything until somebody brings me something else. That's why when you start having those woman-to-woman conversations with bitches who are dealing with somebody, you be thinking to yourself like, I'm hella disappointed right now. Like, hella disappointed. I'm hella disappointed right now. I'm sad. I'm literally disappointed in you. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Are you serious right now? Then it's also like, damn, was I really that stupid? That's crazy. Not me being stupid for a nigga. Oh my God. Now you want to beat yourself up because it's like, oh my fucking Jesus, I really let myself get this. I let myself go at this point. Let my brain go somewhere else. That's not good. It's not good. Hold on, y'all. I gotta text my homegirl back. But yeah, there was plenty of times where I was dealing with someone or I felt some way about something, and I'm just thinking to myself like, it's not even that I'm mad at them. I'm mad at the principal. What is happening? I'm weak as hell. Why am I watching a crumping Mickey Mouse? What is happening? Why are you sending me this? I'm sorry, y'all. This is really starting to piss me off. Okay. Y'all don't know how to communicate. I could say, but you know something? The baby mama conversation is funny because we could really talk about the baby fathers who are non-active parents or who are active parents, maniacal parents, terrible parents. Like, we really could go there, but it's like, why we gotta keep having this tit for tat, baby? If it just don't work out, let's just part ways and make sure that we don't cross this path again. Like, we don't come back here again. We don't have to do this again. We don't have to be together. We could just be free. Let's be free. Free us. Everybody free us. Because I'm tired. I want to be in a relationship. A part of me really does. A part of me, it is literally in my brain all the time when I think about it. Like, one day I want to be a mom. I want to be a wife. I want to be a this. I want to be a that. But then there's also a part of me that's like, if it don't happen, I could just become a mom. I could become a mom. I'm very caring. I got a lot of love to give, but I'm not going to turn it into anything incestual. I don't want to turn my child into my husband or my wife. No. I want my children to be free like me. You want to be free to explore your options and the things that you want to do. I think the part of me is just, I would hate to have to even go that route because it sounds so lonesome. But at the same time, if I have a bunch of kids, I won't be so lonesome. They'll keep me afloat. Like, I know that my family members sometimes probably think that I'm like chronically suffering from depression while I'm at home by myself. But I'm like, I'm fine. Promise. I don't mind being alone. I'm familiar with the interaction. This is like a default, babe. But the part that be fucking with me is just the part where it get a little lonely and you don't necessarily want your family around. You want something else. You want this third thing, not your friends and your family. You want this third thing, and it's called a man. And the man you want the man to be just as single and lonely almost as you are. And if they're not, it's like, he think he better than me. I don't want to be with him because he's such an ass. He's mean. Women are starting to pick up on things and they're like, this ain't my shit, bro. We like sweet dudes. We like the guys who actually like us. And if they do like us and we're not attracted to them, it's nothing personal. It's really just I can't see myself doing something with you like that. And I can't get past your looks. Just like men don't typically get past our looks. They make that the center. And if it's not the center, then it's typically the second. Like, oh, her personality is fire, but her looks go even harder. Like, okay. And once again, we can't tell you who's attractive and who's not, because of course, that's your life. That's who you wanted to pick. You can't make nobody into anything that you didn't want. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. I just know I'm tired of trying to talk about the dating pool, the way the world is right now. We know it's kind of just trash. Everybody's just kind of suffering, if we're being honest. And I think we're all suffering from loneliness. There's not a male loneliness epidemic, because y'all are typically the ones who initiated the majority of the dating complex. Men are the creators of certain things, and then it's funny because they'll create something and they'll use it in a certain way, but they try to dictate who gets to use it. And I don't understand. I don't know. It's just too much. Like, nowadays, the men in my city, if it's a little hard to deal with them too. They're a little weird. I'm not even gonna hold you. And it's not no shade to them. They like I said, everybody got their own life. They got their own shit going on. And right now, in the way the world is, you typically don't want to interrupt that unless it's in a positive manner. If it's not in a positive manner, it's like, I don't want that. I'm not gonna put myself somewhere where I'm not wanted or needed and respected. So then it becomes kind of dumb to even be there. I want to be able to be in a man's life and actually bring him some positivity. But if I can't, then it kind of sucks. If we think about it, it kind of sucks. And I'm not a fan. Like, I want to be able to make somebody happy, but I also want them to be able to make me happy. I can't keep doing all the work and then motherfucker talking about something he can't do none of it. Bruh. Then we're not doing anything. All right, I'm going to stop rambling. I need to get off here. I'm about to go buy some snacks or something because it is late and I'm kind of getting hungry again. Yeah, but that was my little TED talk for the day. I just think everybody needs to get off the internet. Go touch grass, go to the grocery store, talk to each other, mingle. Don't just keep I want the grifters to really get offline for real. Like, the people who are telling people what to do, go away. Shh. I'm tired of seeing that dude who on that No Fugazi podcast, bro. Shut the fuck up. You're not smart. You're dumber than a box of rocks. You get your talking points from Twitter. You're weird. Get that weird man off of the internet. Please ban him, block him, YouTube, do something.